Peace is not just the absence of a war, it is the foundation of mental well-being, community harmony, and spiritual strength. When we think of peace, our minds often leap to images of quiet landscapes, unbroken by conflict, or nations living side by side without the threat of violence. Yet, true peace extends far beyond the mere silencing of arms. It is a dynamic presence, a living force that shapes our inner lives, our relationships, and the societies in which we dwell. At its most intimate level, peace begins within. Mental well-being is rooted in a sense of inner tranquility, a state where thoughts, emotions, and desires are in harmonious balance. The modern world, with its relentless pace and unending demands, often makes this inner peace elusive. Stress, anxiety, and uncertainty can cloud our minds, leading to restlessness and unease. But when we cultivate peace within ourselves, we create the conditions for clarity, resilience, and happiness. Achieving mental peace is not a passive process. It demands awareness, intention, and sometimes the courage to confront difficult emotions. Mindfulness, meditation, and self-reflection are powerful tools for nurturing this internal harmony. By taking time each day to pause, breathe, and observe our thoughts without judgment, we can untangle the knots of worry and fear. We learn to accept ourselves, to embrace our imperfections, and to foster a gentle kindness toward our own hearts. In this sanctuary of self-acceptance, peace takes root. Yet, inner peace is not an isolated achievement. It ripples outward, influencing the way we interact with others. When our minds are calm and our spirits are steady, we become more patient, empathetic, and forgiving. The conflicts that arise in families, workplaces, and communities are often fueled by misunderstanding, impatience, or wounded pride. But when individuals approach each other with a spirit of peace, these tensions can be transformed. Listening deeply, speaking honestly, and seeking mutual understanding are the building blocks of harmonious relationships. Community harmony is the tapestry woven from countless acts of understanding and cooperation. It flourishes where diversity is celebrated, where differences are approached with curiosity rather than suspicion, and where the common good is placed above individual gain. In such communities, peace is not simply the absence of open hostility, but the presence of justice, respect, and shared purpose. Achieving this kind of harmony requires more than wishful thinking. It calls for systems that promote equality, protect the vulnerable, and provide opportunities for all. Education plays a crucial role, teaching the values of empathy, critical thinking, and peaceful conflict resolution from an early age. Community leaders, teachers, and elders have a special responsibility to model these values, showing by example how disagreements can be resolved without resorting to anger or violence. But even in the most just and harmonious societies, challenges will arise. Economic hardship, social change, and global crises can strain the bonds that hold communities together. In these moments, the true strength of peace is revealed. It is not a fragile or fleeting state, but a resilient force that enables people to come together, to support one another, and to find solutions in the face of adversity. Through acts of kindness, shared rituals, and collective action, communities can heal wounds, rebuild trust, and emerge stronger than before. Beyond the personal and communal, peace also has a profound spiritual dimension. For many, the search for peace is inseparable from the search for meaning. Spiritual traditions around the world, whether rooted in organized religion or personal philosophy, have long taught that peace is both a gift and a discipline. It is something to be sought, cherished, and shared. Spiritual peace is the sense of being connected to something greater than oneself. A purpose, a community, or a universal truth. It can arise in moments of prayer, meditation, or contemplation, in the appreciation of nature's beauty or the practice of gratitude. This peace brings a sense of belonging, a quiet confidence that one's life has value and significance. It offers comfort in times of sorrow, hope in times of uncertainty, and humility in times of triumph. The world's spiritual teachers have often spoken of peace not just as a personal achievement, but as a calling. They remind us that to seek peace for ourselves alone is not enough. True peace must be extended to others, offered freely and generously. This is the peace that forgives enemies, feeds the hungry, shelters the stranger, and stands up for justice. It is the peace that recognizes our shared humanity and our common destiny. Yet, the path to peace is not without obstacles. History is marked by cycles of conflict, injustice, and suffering. The wounds of war are deep, both for individuals and for societies. But even in the darkest times, the longing for peace endures. It is this longing that inspires movements for reconciliation, that drives the work of healing and rebuilding, and that keeps hope alive. To build a world founded on peace, we must first believe that it is possible. This belief is not naive optimism, but an act of courage. It means choosing dialogue over division, compassion over contempt, and hope over fear. It means recognizing the dignity of every person and working to ensure that all can live free from fear and want. Practical steps are essential. At the level of policy, leaders must commit to resolving disputes through negotiation rather than force. They must address the root causes of conflict: poverty, inequality, discrimination, and exclusion. International cooperation is vital, as the challenges of our time, climate change, migration, pandemics, and economic instability do not respect borders. Only through solidarity and shared responsibility can we address these threats and build a more peaceful world. On a more personal level, each of us has a role to play. We can choose words that heal rather than harm, actions that unite rather than divide. We can volunteer our time, support those in need, and stand up against injustice. We can teach our children to value peace, to resolve their differences with kindness, and to see the humanity in every person. The journey to peace is ongoing. It is not a destination to be reached once and for all, but a path to be walked every day. There will be setbacks and disappointments, moments when anger or despair threaten to overwhelm us. But if we hold fast to the vision of peace within ourselves, in our communities, and in our world, we can find the strength to continue. It is also important to recognize the interconnectedness of these dimensions of peace. Mental well-being, community harmony, and spiritual strength are not separate silos. They nourish and support each other in a continuous cycle. When we are at peace within, we are better equipped to contribute to peaceful communities. When our communities are harmonious, they provide the support and safety we need for personal well-being. And when we are spiritually grounded, we have the resilience to face life's challenges with courage and hope. Consider the effects of peace on children. A child who grows up in a peaceful home surrounded by love and understanding is more likely to become a confident, compassionate adult. Such a child learns to trust others, to manage their emotions, and to resolve conflicts without violence. These lessons, learned early, shape the character of future generations and lay the groundwork for a more peaceful society. Similarly, workplaces that foster peace through fair policies, open communication, and respect for diversity are more productive, creative, and satisfying. Employees who feel valued and supported are less likely to experience stress and burnout, and more likely to collaborate and innovate. Organizations that prioritize well-being and harmony are better equipped to adapt to change and weather crises. On a global scale, nations that invest in peace by promoting human rights, supporting education, and reducing inequality, enjoy greater stability and prosperity. They are more attractive to investment, less prone to violence, and better able to respond to global challenges. The dividends of peace are immense, touching every aspect of life from health and education to economic growth and environmental sustainability. Yet peace is fragile. It must be guarded and renewed with each generation. This requires vigilance, adaptability, and a willingness to learn from the past. It means acknowledging the mistakes and injustices that have caused harm and working to address them. Reconciliation, forgiveness, and truth-telling are essential steps in healing the wounds of conflict. In some cases, the pursuit of peace may require standing up to injustice, even at great personal cost. History is filled with examples of individuals who risked everything to defend the rights of others, to end oppression, and to build a more just world. Their courage and sacrifice remind us that peace is not passive, but active, not the absence of conflict, but the presence of justice. Art, music, and literature also play a vital role in the cultivation of peace. Through creative expression, we can explore the complexities of human experience, bridge cultural divides, and inspire empathy. Stories of reconciliation and hope remind us of our shared humanity and the possibilities for transformation. Art has the power to heal, to unite, and to inspire action. Technology, too, offers new opportunities for building peace. The internet and social media connect people across continents, opening channels for dialogue and understanding. Digital tools can be used to monitor human rights abuses, coordinate humanitarian aid, and promote education. Yet, technology can also be misused to spread hatred and division. It is up to us to harness these tools for good, using them to amplify voices of peace and solidarity. At the heart of all these efforts is the recognition that peace is a common good, something that benefits everyone, and that everyone has a responsibility to protect. It cannot be imposed from above, but must be built from the ground up, through the daily choices and actions of individuals and communities. As we reflect on the meaning of peace, let us remember that it is not a distant ideal, but a practical necessity. In a world facing unprecedented challenges, climate change, pandemics, migration, and inequality, the need for peace has never been greater. Only by working together across differences of culture, faith, and ideology can we build a future that is safe, just, and sustainable for all. Let us embrace the foundation of mental well-being, tending to our own hearts and minds with care and compassion. Let us strive for community harmony, building bridges of understanding and cooperation. Let us draw strength from our spiritual traditions, finding meaning and purpose in the pursuit of peace. And let us remember that every act of kindness, every gesture of forgiveness, every moment of understanding contributes to a more peaceful world. Peace is not just the absence of war, it is the presence of justice, the practice of compassion, and the expression of our shared humanity. It is the light that guides us through darkness, the hope that sustains us in times of trial, and the promise of a better tomorrow. Let us cherish it, nurture it, and work together to make it a reality for all.